first started to really play with gender roles, not necessarily pretending to be a man, but you blurred the line of gender, and you were seen as a musician, not just as a female musician. How important do you think that was?
I think you had to blur it. You had to blur it. It had to, for it to be successful. I couldn't be a female bass player. I had to be bass player. It had to be blurred. I mean, I even sang things like "I want to be your man" and didn't change the words, because in the sense of the word man, it just means strength. So I changed it in my mind to "I want to be your strength," which most women are. And don't argue, you'll learn.
Legend has it, correct me if I'm wrong, that you used to be drinking buddies with Alice Cooper, and you could comfortably drink him under the table. Is that true?
No.
That wasn't true.
I can't have that much to drink. I have a real cheap date. I get drunk really easy. But saying that, if it's on wine, it's got to be a really good wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Alice and I have been friends for a long time. Yes, long time, since I've been about 15. Oh. And we were good friends. We're still good friends now.
But what was it like? I know you said you liked to party, but you drew the line. What was it like as a woman trying to navigate your way through this kind of like hyper-masculine notion of sex, drugs and rock and roll? Because you were in there. How did you deal with that kind of that attitude? I
wasn't a sex, drugs and rock and roll girl whatsoever. I saved my mild one for the stage. My husband calls me the mild one off stage. No, I never did all that. I didn't feel the need to live the rock star role off the stage. I was quite happy to do my job, be who I was on stage, come home and be normal. That's how I saw it. So I'm 65, I'm still here.
Did anyone try to draw you into that? Was it...
They had no chance of drawing me in anywhere. Not with my mother's upbringing. I always thank her for that. She gave me real good right and wrong.
Yeah.
Right and wrong. End of story.
Is there any kind of specific moments you can you can think of for us where like you were surrounded by that and
I remember
you drew the line?
Walking into a room one time for an after show party. You'd go there and have a glass of something and then go to bed. And it was in Germany, and they had on Dirty Movie on the TV, which is normal TV there. You can turn it on TV after And I walked in and I said, "Off!" And everybody thought, "What's the matter?" I said, "Off!" And they turned it off. And my husband's always asked me, "Why did you do that?" I said, "Because they would not respect me had I not done that. Yeah. I don't sit in a room. You want to do it? Not with me in the room. No." So it was just a TV show. But I got mad. Didn't like it.
And again, it
felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah. And again, it was you about drawing the line and telling
them
they were wrong.
With a little bit of dissension, I said, "Off." And they turned it off. I'm sure it went on as soon as I left the room. She's gone. Now, how can they respect you sit in a room with this porn on? Come on.
Yeah, and probably as the only woman in the room as well.
Yes, that's a no-brainer. So this is how I have my lines that I draw. Even though I'm one of the guys, I'm a lady. I'm still a lady. Yeah. And that sounds strange to say, but I do have my own system.
Excellent.
My face.
You touched upon it earlier that you don't believe in gender, sorry, and you describe yourself as a Me-ist. Could you explain what that means and how that's helped you through 50 years of career?
It doesn't matter to me. It's never mattered to me if a guy wants to stay home and raise the kids, or a lady wants to stay home. I've always preached, be true to your nature, whatever it is that is making your sails fly. Do what you want to do. Be you. Be the best you can be. Don't be what somebody else wants you to be. See, I get animated when I talk about this. I always wanted to be me. I'm a Me-ist, like I said. I found my path. I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to do everything that area opened up for me. I wanted to paint. I wanted to draw. I wanted to write poetry. I have a poetry book out now. So I wanted to be the best artistic me that I could be, and not what was expected.
Bringing this forward then to the here and now, the current gender landscape going on in the music industry in general, not just rock music. Looking at rock music for a minute, do you still think women are marginalised and sneered at for their attempts to to rock musicians?
I don't like, and I said this, it's now become fashionable to say this in the press, but I said it a good 4 years ago. And I went on the limb. I got a little bit of critique from it, but I didn't give a shit because it's how I feel. I don't like how the women are not being victims of the casting couch. They are creating their own casting couch and thinking that it's cool to be sexualized. You know, I mean, they hardly wear any clothes anymore. The videos are very close to soft porn. They are. And that's accepted. I mean, I didn't go out there and do what I did for that to happen. I think it needs to have a backlash. I think you need, and it is sometimes. I mean, people like Adele are here, you know, and they're just singers. And I'm not saying don't be sexy. Being sexy and rock and roll goes together. But, and, you know, like Miley Cyrus, who I happen to think is very talented, very pretty. She's got everything as an artist. What's that about? Being on a wrecking ball naked. And the things she's doing. I mean, I know why she's doing it. It's because she had to kill Hannah Montana. And boy, she's murdered her. You know, absolutely. And I understand that part of it, but she's talented. You know? And so she's thinking it's clever to be sexualized. And I wonder, is it a management telling her to do all these things? I don't know. But Jesus, you know, you don't need to cheapen yourself. And leave something to the imagination. I don't like all this today. No, it's gone too far the other way. There's me in my leather suit saying that, but you never saw anything. You never saw anything. I was covered from head to toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually my next question. I read an interview from 4 years ago, before it was a massive talking point, which is now the interview about you saying how it's bordering soft porn now. Taking that on board again, and I actually mentioned Miley Cyrus in my notes. Do you see that as women not empowering themselves but subjecting themselves to more discrimination? Is that what you mean?
I think they are misleading themselves, and that they think that as long as they think that they have decided to dress that way and be that way, it's been a lot of pressure from other people. I think, you know, they're not doing themselves any favors. You know, Lady Gaga, another very talented lady. Jesus Christ. I saw her sing with Tony Bennett. Amazing. She wore meat.
What's that about?
And these are good artists. I saw the one that really shocked me was Jennifer Lopez when she came on. It was either Britain's Got Talent or X Factor. I can't remember which one. Just a couple of years ago, and did her song. And she had on an outfit that she might as well have been with her ass exposed, because she was naked.
Yeah.
Really, like it was that much. And I actually saw Ant and Dec with red faces. Now, is that the reaction she wanted? To make the men feel uncomfortable? There's a difference between titillation and putting it in your face. There's a big difference. And J-Lo, she's amazing. You know? She was basically naked. I don't agree with that. I don't know. Just think it's gone a little bit too far.
Because then it comes back to that idea of, you know, back in '73, you didn't wear makeup because you wanted the music to sound centre stage. Do you think it's had a reverse effect? Do you think the extremity of the image that maybe someone like Miley Cyrus has puts the music on a back burner, and it's just all about the woman
show.
and the PR?
It's all about show. It's just not right. I mean, I have posed this question. With the way the videos are now and the performances, what's next? Live sex on stage? So pay an extra £1, you can see your favorite pop star go to bed with somebody? What's left for them to do? You know, you need to have your boundaries. That's which my mother taught me. There are boundaries. There are boundaries. And I don't think that the women of today are respecting those boundaries, and I think it will have a backlash.
Yeah.
I do. That's my piece, and I'm done.